Hey everybody, welcome back to the Best Coin News channel on YouTube. I'm Son of a Silver Stacker. In today's Numismatic News and Information for the 18th day of November 2023, I'm going to take you over to moneymetals.com so we can check out where the live spot prices ended the week, as well as the premium and the availability of the American Silver Eagle. Then we're going to continue on that American Silver Eagle theme for the rest of the show until we get to the plus ones. Now, I'm focusing on the American Silver Eagle this morning only because I think because the price is going up, and that's basically what I think the psychology is. When the price goes up, people start getting on board and backing up the truck. When prices go down, people don't seem to buy as much. Now, with the geopolitical tensions going on, and I think another banking crisis going to happen, and banks are shutting down branches and whatnot and closing customer accounts and whatnot. Yeah, there's some interesting things happening out there. Now, with that said, if you're new here, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We're trying to get to 10,000 subs. That way we can open up the Son of a Silver Stacker merchandise store here on YouTube. That's the official store, not just some link in the description, right? So here we go. And like I said, Money Metals does not pay me to go here. Now, gold ended the week at $1991.50, silver at $23.92, platinum at $915.95, palladium at $1089.65. You're looking at an in-stock American Silver Eagle here, whose premium is $7.99, and they're going to buy those American Silver Eagles from you for $25.92. Now, over here to the bullion page for the United States Mint, and it looks like we have about 12 days left in November, with 4 of those probably being the weekend dates, all right? So probably about 8 or 9 reporting days left for the American Eagle sales. So no new tale to tell since yesterday. But like I said, we have some interesting times ahead because silver, gold, and the other precious metals are actually increasing in value, possibly because of the dollar getting weaker, or maybe even inflation weakening and people thinking the Fed is not going to increase rates anymore. That's a theory of mine, and I'm welcome to it, and you are too. Now, here we are at coinnews.net. This is an article by Mike Unser dated November 13, 2023, and this is really, I think, the theme for October and November. 2023 U.S. Mint gold sales outpaced 2022 by October. That's incredible. So all sales for 2023 have outpaced 2022, and this is by October. Silver sales leap. Now, it says here, this is by Mike Unser, dated November 13. I probably already said that. Apologize if I have. In October, sales of bullion coins from the United States Mint surged significantly. I think that's an understatement. With triple-digit percentage gains for the Mint's flagship American Gold Eagles and robust double-digit increases for the Bureau's core American Eagles. Further, their year-to-year date totals are already higher than each coin's sales in all of 2022. I think that's remarkable. And here's really the meat and potatoes of the whole article right here. In October, the American Eagle bullion coin sales totaled 3.93 million ounces, registering the highest figure since January when the 2023 dated edition was first introduced by the United States Mint. This number signifies almost a 33% surge compared to September's sales of 2.97 million ounces and an impressive 213% increase compared to the 1.258 million ounces sold in October of 2022. That's remarkable. Year-to-date sales have also demonstrated substantial growth, totaling 21.847 million ounces, which is 50% higher than the 14.5 million ounces sold during the same period last year, and 36.5% higher than the 16 million ounces sold in all of 2022. That is something else, folks. And I think that has to do with what we're seeing geopolitically and economically here in the United States. Now, with that said, because gold and silver sales are leaping beyond measure, at least from last year, I think it's time we take a step back and look how to protect ourselves from purchasing, fake American Eagles. Now, let's go here to eBay. And I'm not saying any of these listings are absolutely fake. I'm just saying you got to protect yourself. All right, so look at that. So what is the price of, so silver's $23.92, and that's just about less than an ounce. Oh, that's pretty close. $25.96, $25.99, and so on and so forth. $33. And really, it isn't always the price, that gives away whether it's fake or not. And I don't know whether those are fake or not. But when I buy bullion, I would like to buy it from a reputable dealer that I've purchased from in the past that I would trust. Yeah, that's right. So make sure you buy your bullion from someone you trust, all right? Now, with that said, if you don't know and you're trying to establish that trust, here's some pointers for you from NGC. And this is posted on 6/13/2023 because they're already getting counterfeits from American silver eagles here in 2023. Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it? Now, this is NGC. I said there are numerous design flaws noted on this fake that reveal its poor imitation of one of the most beautiful coins in the United States history, right? The obverse of the modern American silver eagle bullion coins feature the magnificent Adolf E. Weinmann's design from the Walking Liberty $half a century ago. It shows Lady Liberty walking towards a rising sun, while clad in the American flag and carrying oak and laurel leaves. NGC has graded more than 14 million American silver eagles, more than any other coin. There's the reverse of it there. That's some people don't like that. They're not really into it, right? Recently, NGC received a silver eagle that had numerous problems, and it offers an excellent opportunity to review what to look for when evaluating the authenticity of these coins. Now, with that said, some people actually like purchasing a fake American silver eagle to have it in their possession. I don't know if it is illegal to have in your possession, but it's something to compare and contrast to, right? So that's one of the reasons why they like having a fake one, is to compare it and contrast to ones that they just pick up, or just to have it, right? So that's pretty interesting. So there it is. That's the counterfeit silver eagle. And yeah, it's pretty obvious when you start looking at the finer details. Now it says first, weigh your coin. In this case, the coin in question weighs 31.5 grams, about 1.4% higher than expected 31.103 grams. That's not enough to condemn it as a fake, but should raise an eyebrow given that they are struck in 3/9 fine silver. Speaking of silver, a metallurgical analysis by NGC determined this coin is 65% copper, 21% zinc, and 13.5% nickel, and less than 0.05% silver. Yowza! While the average collector doesn't have access to the equipment, you can still look at the edge, sometimes referred to as the third side of the coin, for a clue about its mental content. Metal content or mental content? I don't know. Whoops. In this case, the coin is, I know who's mental, this guy. The coin is much too thick, as would be expected from planches that is mostly copper, zinc, and nickel, which are less dense than silver. If this coin had had the correct thickness with these metals, its weight would be so low that a test with a scale would have easily determined it to be a fake. And not only that, but if you're into, let's say, construction or a saw, it's how many teeth per inch. I mean, look at that fake one. It has way less teeth per inch than the genuine does, okay? The edge of this coin also holds another clue about its authenticity. The Mint recently moved the security notch to the 3 o'clock position, and they do move that notch every single year. And this coin has the notch in the correct place. But there are too few reads on the edge, only 149, which is dozens fewer than a genuine example would have. And I just talked about that per inch, notches per inch. Yeah, overall, the whole coin is dark and flat. It just doesn't appear to have proper luster. It looks almost like an odd milk-spotted silver eagle that has been heavily dipped in a solution in an attempt to make it more visually appealing. But even ignoring everything else up to this point, a close examination of the coin's design definitively determines that is a poor imitation. Here we go. Look at that. It looks like a dragon scales compared to bird feathers. You could play a long game of spot the differences. Remember that in kindergarten? With the deviations in the design on the fake. On the obverse, the fake has, here we go, it looks like there's 6 different bullet points. Cartoonish berries, those are here. Those are the cartoonish berries amid the oak and laurel leaves. Much less detail in the leaves themselves. There's the leaves, there's the fakes. Stars that seem to be just sitting on top of the flag rather than being a part of it. Stars that are missing entirely. Look to the right of Liberty's head. Yeah, oops, those 2 stars are completely gone because there they are here, and they're missing there. And now a striped background behind the stars instead of a much more delicate crosshatch pattern. Yeah, stripes, crosshatch, stripes, crosshatch. All right, striations. Now, if you look at a map of Pennsylvania. Those are striations. Striations, I can't even talk this morning, on Liberty's chest, which are linked to the counterfeit die production. So there's basically grooves. Yeah, whoops. They didn't get it right, all right? The reverse also has issues, including a lack of detail in the feathers of the eagle, as well as striations on the letters and other byproduct from the creation of false dies. Yeah, look at this. There they are. Whoops. Look at those grooves there. Yeah, by looking at it. And look at the regular one. Yep, nothing going on there, right? So pretty easy to determine, and I will leave a link in the description for this particular article, and I think it's really helpful for anybody looking into, well, finding out whether their American Silver Eagles are fake or not. While this coin doesn't look anything like it should up close, at an arm's length, it would likely fool many collectors. If you have any doubts about your coin authentication abilities, remember that NGC backs its determinations of authenticity and grade with the NGC guarantee, meaning what? I don't know, but it's guaranteed, and that's that. Woo! Yeah. Check this out. This is a pretty good article here. Bam. This is called here, All the Metals We Mined in One Visualization. That's for not like all the metals we mined, but all the metals they mined in 2022. And this is by, I don't even remember who the article was by. My bad. Visual Capitalist by Bruno Venditti. And the graphics design is by Joyce Ma. Here we go. Metals versus, okay, so the world produced almost 2.8 billion tons of metal in 2022. That says here, metals versus ores. Ores are naturally occurring rocks that contain metals or metal compounds. Metals are the valuable parts of the ores that can be extracted or sold. So one little block there is 1 million tons, and iron ore, 2.6 billion. Yeah, that's a big block of iron. Wow. There you go, 2.6, and that's Fe. That's the symbol there. I'm having a brain fart. Industrial metals, here we go, 185 million tons. These are industrial metals. And what's interesting is that copper and nickel both have been deemed a strategic metal. Maybe they're not precious metals, but they are definitely not an industrial metal, but they're also, I think, a technology metal at this point. They could have both fields in here. So aluminum right there. And what's interesting is how they go from these blocks, all right, which I thought was cool, and then they start making them rough at the edges. I don't know what that means. If it's a half a ton, I don't know. Either way, it's kind of frustrating. So you got chromium, copper, manganese, zinc, titanium, lead, nickel, zircon, magnesium, strontium, uranium, bismuth, mercury, and beryllium. Yep, look at that. Now here we go with technology and precious metals. That's 1.5 million tons. That's not that much. So you got tin, you got rare earth oxides, molybdenum, cobalt, lithium, vanadium, tungsten, niobium, silver. There's silver, our friend Silver Argent, AG right there, 26. Only last year, 26, right? Cadmium, there's gold at 3.1, tantalum, indium, gallium, and platinum group of metals. If you're not familiar with that, platinum group of metals contains, here we go, comprise 6 elements, which are platinum, palladium, rhodium, ruthenium, and iridium, and osmium. So there you go. That's why they're talking a group of metals there. Isn't that interesting? That's how rare those bad boys are. And then rhenium. And there's a whole bunch of words in this article going further. And I think I'm going to leave a link in the description. I'm running out of time here. But with that said, let's go over to the plus ones. I hope you enjoyed it so far. Bam. This is about speech. Okay. The heart of fools is in their mouth. That's this guy with the thumbs. The mouth of the wise is in their heart. Maybe I'm like probably in between both of these, I would imagine. There you go. Now, with that said, let's head over here to 99.9 KOIN Coin News Radio. This is the Talking Heads, Nothing But Flowers. This is a great song. The lyrics are on screen, and they're pretty wicked awesome. And this is by McLaws. But really, it's by the Talking Heads. Now, with that said, I want to thank y'all for hanging out here this morning. As long as you have, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you are new here, don't forget, subscribe. It's free. It's all good. And maybe even consider becoming a channel member. It's only $1.99 a month. Stacker out.